Hi, everyone. My name is Dan, and I wanted to just share some thoughts with you about what our city's dealing with. And uh, thank you for having this forum open for people to talk. I think it's really a step in the right direction. And I don't want to go on a long rant about all the things I've seen and experienced, but I'm sure somebody could take you by the hand and walk you out of whatever building you're in right now, and probably point to something that we probably should be looking at. But what I did want to do is share a story with you that happened to me in the start of summer that really changed me and my family's perception of all of this pretty profoundly. And it was May 26th, I think, and my wife and I should say, my wife has lived here her whole life. She runs one of the larger preschools in the area. She looks after 100 children. And I've been here since college. I've been here 25 plus years, and we own property here and stuff. We're definitely invested in this community, but that's neither here nor there. The story goes, we were um, driving home from dinner that night. We just had tacos, and we were parked at a red light, stopped at a red light on Burnside and Cesar Chavez, heading east on Burnside. And we were struck from behind by a driver that was high on drugs, and the driver, after they hit us, they backed up, and then they tried to take off, and then they were blocked in by cars, and then they parked in the driveway, and they tried to run off into Laurelhurst Park, and I chased them through the park and brought them back to the scene of crime. And it was probably one of the scariest times of my life. I'll probably never forget it. And took an hour for the police officers to arrive, and then when they arrived, they refused to prosecute anybody, citing that they were too busy. And what happened that night, I mean, it was probably one of the 5 angriest I've ever been in my life. I couldn't believe this was happening in this wonderful city. And what I realized is that when I used to drive by these things and say, "Oh, the insurance will take care of it," or "That'll be, the city has processes in place for that," that's not the case. I didn't feel safe. When it slaps you square in the face, you realize this is not good. I'm scared for my family. I'm scared for my kids and my wife. And it changed me profoundly. And so, you know, I think a lot of people in this city have experiences like that, and they realize, oh, the cavalry isn't coming. And that's a scary, scary notion. Um, and so, as far as moving forward, you know, there's a few points I want to make that I want you to really consider. One is, good communication with this stuff is really key. We live in a time where it's hard to figure out how the validity of your news and what you're getting. No matter how local it is or national it is, it's always got a slant to it. I would encourage, you know, something coming from your office, from your mouth, whether that's a podcast once a week for 30 minutes or however you want to do it, but get the message out from you about what you're doing, the wins you're having, challenges you're having, the losses you're having, whatever it is that's going on. Be open and honest with people, and they will be receptive to that. I don't see enough of that. I wish there was more. The next thing is just, the change I've seen in the people that have lived here. I see a lot of liberal Democrats who are saying stuff like, "I'm going to vote for a Republican if they can get this fixed." I'm seeing, which boggles my mind. And I'm seeing, um, people moving. I'm going to leave, and you can look at the statistics. More people are leaving this place than they are coming here. And this is largely why. And it used to be a time when you could just vote Democrat down your ballot and feel like you'd done your civic duty. And I think that's changing. And, it opens up for some scary solutions that are scary options that I'm not really excited about. And it also will probably be good in some ways because people will probably not just vote down the line. They'll probably say, well, they're a Democrat. How democratic? Are they willing to work with, bipartisan? And are they, or are they going to cross their arms? And if they don't get a Star Trek utopian society that they want, they're not going to help. That's what people are going to be looking at from now on, I think. And that's probably good, I suppose. But lastly, and I think probably most importantly for all of you, I want you to recognize what an opportunity this is for you to have some real measurable impact on this community. What you can do to really make people change basically the image that the city has kind of become. My son, he's going to school in London, and when they talk to him, they ask him, they go, have you been in a school shooting? They ask him, are there homeless people outside your house? Like it's stretched that far, the brand of Portland. And I desperately want to see that shift. And that shift comes from you and your ability to do something, that is really groundbreaking and really will make the world sit up and say they're doing it right. Because there's nothing wrong with admitting you made a mistake, but I think if you don't make steps to correct it, there's something wrong with that. So at any rate, I appreciate you all for giving me this platform to talk to you, and I wish you all the best of luck, and go Timbers. Take care, everyone. Bye.